Hi everybody. In case y'all don't know me, my name is Brandy Bailey Wilson and I do little makeup tutorials. As I said in my last video that I posted last week, I had taken a little bit of a break just for the holidays, and I ended up with bronchitis twice within a month of each other. So I'm trying to pop back on here and get a little bit more consistent. So I've already done my eyebrows and prepped my eyelids just to save a little bit of time on the video. I will list the products that I use down in the description box. And today I'm going to be playing with this Colorpop Feathered palette. It's got some gorgeous like pinky and purple shades. There's some shimmers, some mattes. So what I'm going to do, I think what I'm going to use today is I'm going to go in first with my crease and kind of all over my lid with this color right here that's called High Flying. And this is just an eyeshadow brush from Seint, and I'm just going to go into the color and then tap it off. I'm gonna cut my TV down. I'm watching Yellowstone. They're doing a marathon since the new one comes on tonight, and yes, I was late getting on the bandwagon for Yellowstone. So they've been showing a marathon since Thursday. So I've been trying to watch episodes here and there, trying to get caught up. So like I said, this is just the eyeshadow brush. I'm taking the fluffy end, and I'm just kind of going to dab the color to begin with, just to deposit it. And since I do have hooded eyes, the best thing to do is to go above where your crease is. You want to go above, that way the color can be seen. And I like to do my eyeshadow with my eye open, just so I can make sure that the color's going where it needs to go and can also be seen. So as you see, and this is just one swipe of it, I just got started using the Colorpop cosmetics not too long ago, and I did deep clean all of my brushes yesterday. I clean them every day with Clinique brush cleaner, but it's good to deep clean them. I'd say like once a month. And all I did was I took a little bit of olive oil, put it in a bowl, and then took some Blue Dawn dish detergent, mixed that in the bowl, and then all I did was just take each brush, dip it down in there, kind of swirl it, and then swirled it on the palm of my hand to get all that leftover makeup and everything out. So that's where bacteria can get, which can cause breakouts and things like that. Even though you are using, even though like I use a brush cleaner every day. Once I'm done doing my makeup, I will spray it down with a brush cleaner, wipe it off. But it still may not get all of the, it gets the majority of the, the color off, but it is still good to deep clean them. And the olive oil helps keep the bristles nice and soft. And I do have a little video that I have, and I'm thinking about uploading that as well, just so y'all can see how to do it yourself. But the most important thing is when you're rinsing them, hold your brush downwards because you don't want like all the water and everything to get into the metal parts of your brush. You want to hold it downwards. And I've got some, I laid them out on a paper towel to dry. My thicker brushes, they still are not dry, so I won't be using those today. So this is going to be kind of fun. Trying to see how this is going to work. Okay, so y'all can see I've kind of got my transition shade, and then I'm going to take a little bit of it and just kind of lightly sweep it across my eyelid, just for kind of like a base color. I did prime my eyelids with the e.l.f. Sheer Eye Primer, which really helps keep your eyeshadow from creasing or anything like that I've talked about in my other videos. I just bought the e.l.f. primer the other day. I found it at Walmart. I think it was like $3. And so, I mean, and this doesn't have to be perfect because there's going to be like a shimmer going over it. But just to get something down on there. And as I've said before, you can use concealer. But if you do use a concealer to prime your eyelids with, make sure to lightly set it with a loose powder, because concealer is very hydrating. And so if you have oily eyelids, you want to make sure that you set that just very lightly with a loose setting powder. And then before, when I've done it, I also like to take like a beauty blender that's a little bit damp and just kind of pick up any kind of excess. And it was pouring down rain here a few minutes ago. I brought all my dogs in because it had started raining, and I mean, like, not just a drizzle, because I'll leave them out there if it's just drizzling or whatever, but I mean, it was like the bottom fell out of the sky. So I have that on there, and like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect on your eyelids because there is going to be a color going over it. And I did not bring a towel in here because I put my towel on the dirty clothes. Let me grab one of these paper towels that I had. And I just like to swirl the color on it, just to get off any kind of excess or anything like that. And I did buy a new e.l.f. foundation yesterday when I went into Ulta. Did buy a new one because I didn't want to spend the money and buy another Estee Lauder. I'm going to save that for more of the summertime because that's a deeper color. And then the natural one that I bought by e.l.f. was a little bit too light. And when I tried mixing them, it still did not come out the color that I was wanting. So then, in order to deepen my crease, I'm going to take this color right here, which is called Take a Gander. And I'm going to use this end of the brush. And I'm just going to go in and just kind of deepen the crease. And that is just going into the eye socket itself. And that's the pencil end of the same brush that I was using. And this just helps add like some depth and dimension. And then I'm going to use a different color for my outer. But you see how it just like, it adds that, you know, so you don't have just like that one shade. And then I'm just going to kind of blend it out just a little bit. And then I'm just going to go in with that same shade and do the other eye. I actually got up this morning and like curled my hair, and I'm like, of course, it's raining. But I don't plan on going anywhere today. I think I'm just going to do this video and then watch some Yellowstone and curl up with one of my Anne Rice books. Anne Rice was my favorite author, and I was so sad that she passed away last month. I keep on wanting to say this month, but we're now into January. Just so strange. I mean, I don't know where the year has gone. Really, really, really don't. And the funny thing is, I'm like, we've had our air conditioning. We've had our air conditioning on because it's been in the high 70s here. I'm like, where's the winter weather at? Are we just like skipping winter altogether this year? We had like a few days where I had to cut the heat on and everything, but other than that, it's been fairly warm. Okay, and so I think for the outer color, I am going to do this color right here called Nest Egg, and I have not used it yet, so I'm not sure exactly how deep of a pink it's going to be. So I'm just going to kind of go in lightly. And hit that outer corner. Which it is a very pretty color. And I'm just kind of moving it around with the pencil end of this brush. And then I'm just going to kind of move it upwards as well. Just so it can be seen. When my eyes are open. Just tab it more. And then I will blend all of this as well. But I hope everybody's having a great New Year so far. I know we're only a couple of days in. And then I'm just kind of blending this outward. And then upward as well. It's so hard when you have a hooded eye to try and make sure that you get it. Okay, so we've got that. And I'm going to clean all this up, you know, with concealer. And I'm just going to use what little bit is left on there first. And then I'm going to dip back into it. It is really such a pretty color. And it looks like I've gone uneven, but that's okay. That can all be fixed. And then I'm just going to lightly blend this. Kind of blend it backwards so it doesn't go. Kind of hit that crease a little bit. But it's such, you know, a dreary day here. I figured, why not just do some pink and try and do a cheerful look today. And then I'm just taking what's left over and just blending. And then do the same thing on the other eye. Just give that little bit of color. Excuse me. And you know what? It's just makeup. It washes off. So if you mess up or you don't like how something looks, you know what? Go grab you some cleanser and wash it off. Decided I'm gonna go a little bit more with this pretty pink. This dark pink. And the more you blend, the lighter, you know, it'll be. So if you just keep on blending that color, it will lighten up. Okay, I'm gonna keep on sitting here messing with this and then take forever. And y'all can see my brush is stained, so I will clean that back to the side. And then what I'm gonna do is grab a flat brush. This is a multitasker brush. And I'm going to go into this shimmery color right here. It's kind of like a pinky purple, and it's called No Flocks. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go in without any kind of setting spray or anything. And let's see how it goes on. But it's got a lot of pigment to it, and this is without doing any kind of setting spray, wetting the brush, or anything. And you can see I didn't go all the way into the darker pink, but I did go up above my crease just so you can kind of see that shimmer. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the other eye. And like I said, I'm just dabbing this color in. And then there's another really pretty, it's like a shimmery color. I think I'm going to take another flat brush, or maybe use my finger. No, I don't think I'm going to use my finger. My nails are too long. I'll end up with stuff everywhere. And let's see. I think I'm going to take this flat brush, and I'm going to go in with this color that's called Tweet Me. And kind of go slightly over it. And just kind of lightly put that over it. Just to give it a little bit more shimmer so it's not like all one color. And like I said, I have not used any setting spray. I've not wet my brushes or nothing. I'm just trying this out just to see how it's going to go. And then just kind of blending everything with that same brush. And do the same thing on the other eye. Kind of taking it upwards. And of course, it looks like the sun's out now. Well, that's good. I can let my little, well, he's a puppy, but he'll be 8 months old. Yes, he'll be 8 months old on the 11th. And here, I'm just using my finger. Because sometimes you can get a better coverage with your finger. I'm just trying to be careful because of my nails. I'm just trying to make sure they look even. And then I'm going to take this and just blend this out towards and I know it looks a little crazy, but it will even itself out once I get my face on and everything. Get the color all underneath. Y'all just trust the process. We say that a lot. Trust the process. Trust the process. So now, what I'm going to do is try and use some concealer, and I'm trying to basically use like a lot of drugstore stuff that's a little bit more affordable. The only thing that's not going to be, there goes my ring light. The one thing that I do like to use, well, sometimes I use it, I'm still getting the hang of it, and it's the Kat Von D contour palette, and I can't seem to find the right color for my contour. This is the e.l.f. Matte Finish Camo Concealer 16 Hour, and it's in the color Light Sand. And so all I'm going to do is take wet beauty blender, and I'm just going to kind of work it and dab it, and this will help clean up the edges. That I just kind of move it upward. And this right here, like I said, helps. And it'll also help like lift your eye. And then we'll do the same thing on the other eye. I kind of take the pointed end first and go up. Kind of get that line cleaned up. And then just bounce the perfector sponge. Sorry, I know I always block the view of what I'm doing. Try not to, but it happens. And so, these, and then don't worry, I am gonna put some color under the eye as well, eyeshadow. I'm just trying to get a little bit of this fallout from out in the corner of my eyes with that little bit of concealer that's on there. And the trick for mature skin is you don't want to use a lot of under eye product. Because it can settle into your fine lines and wrinkles. Okay, so got that. Now what I'm going to do is hope and pray that this color that I picked out yesterday, Sand, let's see how this looks. And I'm just going to take some, put it on here. I'm just going to take this because my brushes are all wet still. So we're just going to have to make do with a beauty blender. I'm just going to tap it on there. And tap it on my skin. And I have to say, this is a much better match than the one that I used the other day. And all I'm doing is just bouncing this into the skin, because when you have like mature skin like I do, they say once you hit like 35 is when your skin, you know, starts to mature and age. It's best to kind of staple, however you want to pronounce it, into your skin. That way it just kind of stays there and it's not, you're not rubbing it around. And then you want to pull it down. And then I'm going to put a little bit more, do the other side. I'm working as fast as I can, y'all. It's strange. I got so used to just doing my makeup in my mirror. And it's been a minute since I've done it in my phone. And just getting my nose. And like I said, this is just lightly damp. And get what's left over on my hand for my forehead. But you can see the eye makeup is looking not as scary as it did before I started getting color on my face. I'm ready for the summertime, actually. I'm ready to tan and everything else. I can't stand this gloomy, dreary weather. Okay, and so done with that foundation. Get that out the way. Next thing that I am going to do is put a little bit of concealer in the middle. So you want to bring that attention to the middle of your face. Go a little bit down my nose. And then I just put, like, y'all see, just a little small dab there. And this stuff is, this camo concealer, it's a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. So it's super, super, super thick. And then I just take my beauty blender that's still damp and just kind of bounce it around. And then take kind of like this end. bounce that. But you see, you want to bring that brightness forward. And then I just take a little bit here. And a little bit there, just to kind of brighten. Right there. And then I'll just take what little bit is on the sponge and just kind of go underneath. And the color that I use for my concealer is light sand. So my foundation, oh, let me get off my foot. Sorry, y'all. My foundation that I used was sand, and then the concealer that I used was light sand. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is some contour, and I usually end up having to put a powder over it because it's the Kat Von D. Y'all can see it comes with three different contours, and then these are the different highlights on top. But I can't seem to find the right contour color, so I'm just going to go in with this first one, which is called Subconscious. And I'm just going to go up here and kind of go backwards because you want to lift. Because you want to, you know, when you do your contour, like around your forehead and stuff, you want to lift it. You want to go backwards, and that helps create that lifted effect on your face. And then you want to do your jawline. And then for that, you want to go downward. And then for your cheeks, I don't really like to do a lot of my cheeks. But you want to go upwards. Because you want to lift. You want to have that lifting effect. And I dermaplaned my face yesterday, so it's a little splotchy in places, and it's just not wanting to do right. But you see, you want to go upwards. And then what I like to do is take the NARS bronzer and just kind of go over where that contour is, just to kind of give a warmth back into the skin. And then if you did like I do typically, go a little bit too far down. I will just kind of get right there. And then I just kind of like to dab it. And I'm going to put some mascara on. Don't worry, I have not forgotten about blush or lips. I figured I'd go ahead and get my mascara on. Let me get my mirror. And if anybody has any questions, y'all, please feel free to leave a comment. I will check those. And if you have any requests for any looks that y'all would like to see, I can also do those as well. Really, anything that y'all would like to see me do or talk about, I'm totally up for. And this right here is just the e.l.f. Lash It Loud mascara. So I tried to keep the products that I used today, you know, not super expensive. That way anybody, I'm not saying that people can't afford them, but I know some people, you know, can't justify spending, you know, a ton of money on makeup. Everything was inexpensive except for the Kat Von D palette that I got from Sephora. Everything else was below $20. I think I paid $6 for the foundation, $6 for my concealer, the Colorpop palette, that was $14. The mascara from e.l.f. I think was around $4. The eye primer was around $3. So, I mean, I really am trying to do, you know, a budget-friendly look today. All right. Mascara. I've got to do my under eyes, some lip gloss, and blush. about to forget blush. And I got this right here, when I went to Ulta. This just came in a little Ulta bag, that I got. And it's just kind of like a peachy pink color. And I like to kind of put that right at the line where the contour and bronzer is. And then get this. I think I'm going to use that Nest Egg color to go underneath my eye with. And I did not even dip into it again. I'm just using the leftover on this side. Dab just a little bit. But like even the NARS bronzer that I got, it came in a little, if you sign up with Sephora, you'll get like your choice of a free birthday gift. And so I got the NARS bronzer. So I didn't even pay any money for that. So really, it's look on a budget. Look on a, and then I'm just going to blend this out. Blend that out. Put on some, and since I did kind of a bold pink, I'm going to go for a lighter pink. And this is the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss, and it's called Sparkling Rose. And here we go, y'all. Here is the finished look. I hope y'all enjoyed it today. And, oh, trying to fix my hair. Woo. Take it down from that thing and it just like wants to go crazy. So this is the finished look for today. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. And please leave a comment. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And y'all have a wonderful day and enjoy your Sunday. Bye.